Welcome everyone. This is Joseph Nelson, and this is my YouTube channel, Next Home Network PDX. If this is your first time to my channel, and you want to know everything about living, eating, sleeping, all the varied lifestyles that are available to the Portland, Vancouver area, then hit the subscribe button and also ring the little bell so that you will be informed every time I make a new video. I get so many people calling who are looking to relocate to the area, and I absolutely love it. If you are thinking of relocating to this area or just need help figuring out where you want to live that fits your lifestyle, then give me a call, shoot me a text, send me an email, or even send me that carrier pigeon. However you want to get a hold of me, just know that I have your back when moving to the Portland, Vancouver greater area. And now to our featured story. Next, let's talk about the financial realities of floating homes. Mortgages are only available in conventional products. Not a lot different from conventional on a home on land. They require a 20% down payment. So if you're looking at a $250,000 floating home, you're going to need $50,000 for a down payment plus closing costs. So you're probably going to need $60,000 or so to bring to the deal. And there are no first-time homebuyer loans available for floating homes. There are no subsidized interest rates or grants for closing costs like you can get on a regular home. So there's really no get around the 20% down or buying cash. Mortgage interest rates are about 3 to 4 points above what we're paying for a regular home on land. And the people who offer these loans are limited. There's only a handful, and I know who they are. The cost of homeowners insurance, the annual premium is about double that of a home on land. These homes are not real estate. They are personal property. But don't worry, you're going to get a tax statement that looks exactly like the ones you get for a standard home from the county. The property tax rates on floating homes are the same as for homes on land. So if you have a $500,000 home on land, your taxes are roughly $5,000 a year. If you have a $500,000 floating home, your taxes are roughly $5,000 a year. HOA fees. All mortgages that I'm aware of have HOA fees. I hate to compare them to manufactured home parks, but they have some similarities. The big difference is most of the mortgages, you actually own your slip. Some of the mortgages, you rent your slip. And HOA fees can range from $300 a month to around $1,200 a month. So this is a major thing you want to look at when considering buying a floating home. So what do you get? Almost universally, you're going to get water, garbage, sewer included in your HOA fee. So at $300 a month for HOA, which includes water, sewer, and garbage, that's a bargain. The city of Portland's water rates are pretty high, and garbage rates are pretty high. But one good thing about the garbage in a floating home community is they tend to have dumpsters, and you're not limited to 1 can a week. Christmas time, you can get rid of everything that you've accumulated from a Christmas holiday at one time. If you're looking at a floating home in a community where you own your own slip, these tend to be at the lower end of the HOA fee scale. The mortgage I live in is $400 a month. In addition to the utilities, that includes dock and ramp maintenance, which is substantial. Your homes are attached to the docks. You want the docks in good condition because if the dock floats away, your home's going to float away. It also includes parking lot maintenance, grounds maintenance, Gate maintenance, these are generally gated communities. If you don't own your own slip, HOA fees are much higher, but on the other hand, the property values tend to be less. But I can almost guarantee you your monthly cash demand for living in a floating home is going to be lower in a mortgage that has everyone owning their own slip. If you don't own your own slip, it is very much like living in a manufactured home park because you have no ownership stake in your space. Whereas if you have ownership in your space, you usually have an HOA governance committee, and it actually requires a vote of the members to a large majority to change any of the fee structure. Next, let's talk about one of my favorite subjects, lifestyle. It doesn't matter whether you're buying a floating home or a home on land, a home on property out in the woods. It's all about lifestyle. What best fits your lifestyle? And I'm going to tell you about the floating home lifestyle from my perspective. People that live in floating homes all have a common love for the water. They like to kayak, they like to boat, they like to sail, they like to swim. The water in the summer gets up to about 74 degrees, and even though it's 30 feet deep, we jump in the water when it's 90 or 100 degrees to cool off. There's also a lot of wildlife on the river. There's large wildlife, sea lions and seals, lots of birds, otters, beavers. There's a lot of wildlife. These communities tend to have very much a resort feel to them. We're in a gated community. We're kind of isolated. We're kind of in a little bubble. We're 7 miles from downtown Portland, where all the riots and protests were going on for months. And we live in this bubble here. We really don't see it. About 50% of the residents in floating home communities are part-time. These are vacation homes where they come either from out of state or they stay here in the summer and they go to Arizona in the winter. Like us, we live here full-time, and we love to see all the changes that the seasons bring on the river. One thing that you probably will never have to face is mud on your feet. You go from a paved parking lot to an aluminum ramp that goes down to a dock, and you walk from the dock into your home, and your feet never touch the dirt unless you have a dog. And most floating home communities allow dogs. There may be restrictions on number and type. If you have a dog, you're probably going to have to walk him up to the landscaped area near the parking area in order to have that dog relieve itself. Getting more into lifestyle. Our deck has a covered hot tub, an open area in the middle, and a redwood and glass greenhouse on the other end. And it's heated with a gas heater. And so in the winter, we can go outside regardless of the weather and enjoy the reason we live here, which is being outdoors and being on the river. It's fun to watch the weather go from sunny to 30 minutes later, black and pouring down rain. These extremes I enjoy, and I enjoy being able to see them with glass all around me, being able to see above and all around. We also have a sailboat and a powerboat, and these are parked and tied to our deck, which means we never have to put a boat on a trailer, drive to the river or drive to the lake, unload it into the water, enjoy your day on the water, and cap the day off with loading it back on the trailer, driving home, parking it in the garage, and being exhausted when you get home. We can go boating, go fishing, come home, tie up to the dock, walk into the house. It's that simple. We take evening cruises. It's about 12 miles around Hayden Island to go up the protected channel, which they call the slough. It's not the Columbia Slough. That is another body of water that is truly a slough. But they do call this side that is protected the slough. And it being an island, we can go all the way around. So half of our trip is in protected and 5-mile-an-hour water. Almost the whole inside slough area of Hayden Island is 5 miles an hour, no wake. And then you get out to the big main Columbia side, and it's rougher, it's windier, and you can go as fast as you want. We enjoy nighttime evening cruises. We plan it so we can go around the outside when it's still daylight and then come down the inside at dark. Watch the sunset. Just a beautiful experience on a 90-degree day. And there's enough light on the inside slough area of Hayden Island, you can still see pretty good. Another thing that is fun is you can anchor your boat on the Columbia and watch the 4th of July fireworks at Vancouver Park and deal with no traffic. I went to one event at Vancouver Park and it took me 6 hours to get back across the bridge. There is a lot of sailboat racing out on the main Columbia, which is just minutes from my house. So you can see the vast opportunities you have here for water recreation. But if you don't like the water, you're probably not going to want to buy a home here. Hey, thanks for hanging for the whole video. I'm going to be making at least 2, possibly 3 more parts to this floating home video series. I'm trying to keep it at under 15 minutes a piece, and I don't know how long I'm going to go, and I've got some great information. So come back. Remember, if you're looking for that perfect place to live in the Portland, Vancouver area, you've got to call me or text me or email me or even send me that carrier pigeon. However you want to contact me, just know I have your back when moving to the Portland, Vancouver greater area. And until the next video, I'll catch you later.